People who really don't care about cars, who want to show the world that they really don't care, you get a Prius.
The Prius has all this fiddly little shit to it that is geared towards somebody who's really gonna obsess over their fuel economy. All of that is super confusing to somebody who just wants to get in their car and go to work.
If they have an allergy to cars, like they begin hives and just vomit, just projectile vomit every time they see a car, I would recommend a train.
I think it's something that has to convert them into a car enthusiast, right? That's something like a Mini Cooper S. It's easy to park, easy to drive, but it's fun. It's fun as shit.
Hello, and welcome to What Car Should You Buy? I'm Doug DeMuro, and today we're discussing cars for people who don't like cars. If you're a car enthusiast, you're probably always getting asked, what car should I buy? And the answer isn't always a Miata. Some people need rational, reasonable daily transportation, and they just want to buy something that's bland and reliable. So what do you tell them?
Best car for somebody who doesn't like cars, I'm gonna say it's the Toyota Avalon, because it's big, it's cushy, it's a car. And that's all that you can say about it, but that's the best thing you can say about it if you're suggesting a car to somebody who just wants a car.
Obvious answer, Lincoln MKZ. It's beautiful, it can park itself, it's got that My 4 Touch, which is actually good. People think it isn't, but it is. It's got all-wheel drive, it's got the turbo, which you don't need if you don't like cars, because you can get great gas mileage.
For someone who doesn't like cars, was a tough question for me to answer, because that's just, every car to me has something special about it. But if I had to choose one, it would have to be a smart car. It's cheaper. You know, if you're parking in Manhattan, the size of it, you can find parking in any spot.
If you don't like cars, easy. Just get a Lexus Ls400. It has a great V8 engine. It's pretty good on gas. It's never gonna die on you. I actually drove one from New Jersey to LA that had 900,000 miles on it. Yes, that's right, 900. And it was made by Toyota, which is one of the most reliable car companies out there. So that's the car I'd get.
Anyone can get a car that they don't really care about. There's like a million Toyota Camrys and Toyota Corollas if you're just not interested. But if someone really doesn't like cars, there are a few cars that you can buy which are almost like anti-cars. There's the Tesla Model S. If you get a Tesla, you're sort of telling the world that the whole gasoline-powered thing, the whole driving yourself around is sort of passé. People who really don't care about cars, who want to show the world that they really don't care, you get a Prius. Because that car is I'm going to do absolutely everything I possibly can to just get good mileage, and that's it.
The Prius has all this fiddly little shit to it that is geared towards somebody who's really gonna obsess over their fuel economy. It's got the touch screen that shows you where the power is going. It's got that goofy little shifter that's not really a shifter. All of that is super confusing to somebody who just wants to get in their car and go to work.
If they have an allergy to cars, like they begin hives and just vomit, just projectile vomit every time they see a car, I would recommend a train. A train or a bus can get them where they're going.
I think the best car for someone who doesn't like cars is Lyft. I love Lyft or Uber or any of the applications you can use to get from place A to B.
I would say that you probably should get a scooter, except you would die, or you should get a tank, because if you hate cars, presumably you're not good at driving them, and so you should have something, real sturdy that you can't die in.
You're asking me, so I think it's something that has to convert them into a car enthusiast, right? And depending on what's on the agenda or what the budget is, I think you have to offer something that's fun, affordable, and convenient. That's something like a Mini Cooper S. It's easy to park, easy to drive, but it's fun. It's fun as shit.
The car that I tell people who don't like cars to get is always the Mazda 3. It's got 4 doors or 5 doors with a hatchback. It gets reasonable fuel economy, and it's also secretly fun. I mean, my goal in life is not to pander to people who don't like cars. My goal is to turn people into car people.
I really want to come up with another answer, but the answer is always Miata. It is the car that you should buy before you buy a better car.
I'm gonna say the best car for someone who doesn't like cars. It's going to be the 2015 and newer Subaru WRX. You can get it with a CVT, which is very user-friendly. And if you don't push the car, you can get pretty decent fuel mileage. You can go anywhere with it confidently. It's a safe car. You have room for almost whatever you want to do. It's versatile. And maybe it could push that non-enthusiast to be an enthusiast.
So there you have it, some new car ideas and some used car ideas for the person in your life who doesn't like cars. Of course, there's also another idea, which is that you just stop being friends with them. Either way, thanks for watching, and feel free to make your suggestions below or over on Jalopnik.
Dougie!
Yeah, Mom.
Dougie, is there a Galant on CarMax?
A Galant?
Yes!
We're not getting you a Galant, Mom. It's insane. It's a piece of crap.
That's my favorite car!
What? How? Why?
It says Elizabeth White doesn't like cars because it's your name and then it's the shorthand for the episode.
If you really needed to get to and from your kid's, proctologist appointment, then I would get a Toyota Camry.
Now it says Robert Sorkatich, someone who doesn't like cars. All of these are like hilarious.
I hate cars.
The experience of driving a Toyota Camry is crap. Okay. It is crap, actually.
People who don't like cars. This is our target market, people who are not watching the show.
Here's why I would get a Nissan Cross Cabriolet for somebody that hates cars. It's because if they hate cars, I hate them.
Dougie, can I have a car on
Did they get the Galant at CarMax yet?
Galant at CarMax. Okay.